Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 86 of Raise the Halt. Now, since last episode, you can see things have gone quite well for us. We've had all wins, all the green dots. Let's quickly run through the results. So first up, we had the FA Cup fourth round against Derby County. You can see it was a 3-0 win. Z-Lord, David Dixon and the Boob with the goals. We wanted our best, but Derby are a championship club, and we were just too good for them. Then we played West Brom. This was, of course, in the league, and this was dominant, even with a Wilson missed penalty. You can see Magnanelli, Rodriguez, Luis Felipe, and an own goal from Ryan Sessegnon got us a 4-0 win. So that was more than comfortable. Very, very well done. Then we played Tottenham. It was Wilson with the goal. It was a decent performance. We were probably the better team, and we scored with probably the only good minute of the game, good moment, I should say, of the game, to be fair. But good win away from home against Spurs. Then Everton at home. Now, let's not forget, this is the team that early on in the season, I think it was October-ish, they were stoppage time away from beating us. It was Gonzalez who got a 90th minute equaliser. We were epic. We more than made up for that. This was a really, really good performance. You can see Stemenkovic, Gonzalez, Lima, got a very rare goal actually for Conrad Lima, and Dele Alli with the goals. Very happy with that. Then we got Arsenal in the FA Cup fifth round. This was probably the toughest draw we could get. And you can see a 2-0 win with Dele Alli and the Boob getting a late second. We really rode our luck in this game a little bit. We missed a boatload of chances. Both of us and Arsenal hit the post, but it was only that late Boob goal that really made it comfortable for us. But as I said, we got the win. We're through to the next draw. The draw's been made. I think it's Stoke or Leicester. They have a replay. But to see all these goals, the best of them, especially from February, be sure to check out Goals of the Month at the end of the season. But for now, things are looking good for the Invincible season that's still going. This episode, we face Benfica in the first round, first leg Champions League knockout, and then, of course, Chelsea in the Carabao Cup Final. So a Champions League game, a Cup Final. This is going to be a big episode. So let's get underway here with the team to face Benfica. It's more or less the strongest team we have available to us. It's Golini in goal. It's Van Drongelen, Magnanelli, Kone across the back. Mings and Stemenkovic going down the wings. Lima, Luis Felipe in midfield. Dele Alli, Gonzalez, and, of course, James Wilson leading the line for us. And we have, as you can see on the bench, Real Rodriguez, Bree, Josh Crampton, Joe Joyce, Roberts, and the Boob. Now, the reason Josh Crampton's on the bench is, of course, hands injured daily. He's done that again. He's out for still another 2 weeks or so. He was out pretty much all of February. So, yeah, a little bit concerned with his injury rates, but, we'll move on. Okay, so we can see the way they're lining up here. You can see Ming, Lima, and Ali are a yellow card away from a suspension, which is a little bit concerning. My hope here, let's just get this team talk out of the way first, where they left off. Okay, we can keep our run going. Let's give the fans a performance. I think I prefer that. It's the other way around. Bit of calm faith. And let's get this game underway. Yeah, so my hope for Benfica here is we're going with our strongest team. Ideally, we'd like to put this tie out of their reach, going back to Villa Park. But of course, we don't want to underestimate them. We've seen in the past, just last episode against Spurs, probably underestimated them in the second leg, and it almost came back to cost us. So we don't want to be doing that. I'm playing the players on bookings in the hope that they might happen to pick up a second booking here. Trying to be confident that we'll get past Benfica in the second leg without them, and then that's sort of their suspension taken care of. Let's see, we've got Mings running down the wing here, crosses it in. Oh, well headed away. Stemenkovic is there. He's not great in the air. He's a beast on the ground, but not the best in the air. All right, it's going to Stemenkovic. He gets the cross in. It's going to be an own goal. It's not post. Oh, unlucky. It's going to be a corner, though. We're going to get a highlight from the corner. It looks like we might. Yes, we are. Okay, Luis Felipe to knock it in. It's gone to the edge of the area. We've got Dele Alli out there. Go on, Dele. Find it. Another corner. This is really good pressure early on. All right, another corner. Felipe knocks it in. It's headed away this time. Dele Alli is there once again. Interesting way to bring it down. Crosses it into the box. Oh, I thought that was going to be not another own goal, but another shot against their own goal from a Benfica player there. But that's a decent start, isn't it? Now we just need to try and consolidate on that. Now I've been talking in the comments as well recently with Mr. Gareth Mosley, of course, father of Callum Mosley, Aston Villa striking superstar, about what happens after this season. we're going to win the league. Is the ball in there for Wilson? Okay, so we're going to win the league. That I don't think is of any doubt. That's going to be 3 league titles in a row, where we may or may not win the Champions League. We've already, we'll find out, sorry, I should say this episode, we haven't already won the Carabao Cup, I can't give it to us yet, but we'll find out this episode if we're going to win the Carabao Cup. I think we can say that we've conquered football with Villa, haven't we, as things stand. So what do we do next? You know, I think we all love watching what we've built here and watching Villa knock in the goals for fun. Wilson's picked up an injury. Let's see if we can get him to half-time. Yeah, so what do we do? So there's a few options. One that Gareth floated, which I don't mind the idea of, is taking over an international team. We're in the 23-24 season, which means that at the end of this year, obviously, there's going to be a Euros. So we could look at... So we're going to tell them we're not happy with that. So at the end of this season, there would likely be international jobs coming available. So we could look at perhaps taking over an international job. Obviously, the other alternative is to take another club, whether we go down the leagues and try and bring somebody up from the Championship or below. I was looking at the tables. It looks as though Sunderland could be about to get relegated to League Two, which could be interesting. There's obviously someone, for instance, like Nottingham Forest or Leeds United that we could look to bring back up to the Premier League, assuming that their jobs are available at the end of the year. Stemenkovic, he's still going. So we have a couple of options there. The other option that I thought about was to stay with Villa, because we have the youth prospects coming through. We have, obviously, a new stadium coming, all those sorts of things. But taking contract renewals as Gonzalez, what a horrible finish that is. Right, let's demand more, because we're not on it right now. Is to just take transfer and contract renewals out of my hands, let the director of football do that, and so we just I coach the team, basically. I coach what's given to me and seeing that. And that way we keep going with Villa. But, you know, we can blame the director of football when we don't have things going our way. All right, this is not going particularly well. Let's try and exploit the flanks here. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm open. As I said, I don't really want to leave. We have built something quite special here, but we could build something special somewhere else as well. So I don't think we necessarily need to stay just because of that. But, you know, we do grow attached, don't we? We have, you know, the youth prospects coming through. And as I said, the new stadium, the fact that it's just Villa, and I am a Villa fan, and I'm sure a lot of the people watching this are also Villa fans. But then we're going to another club. Do we bring people into our Villa family? You know, we can brainwash them slowly as they think they're watching their team. Another team, actually, that is potentially interesting is West Ham. But they did just sack their manager, but they look like they're going down this season. So West Ham could be a decent club to try and bring back as well. This is just horrible. There's no highlights whatsoever. We'll give it maybe a push forward here. All right, what's going to happen here? Let's not go and lose the game. The decent tackle there from Lima. He's already on a booking, so that means he is going to be suspended for the next leg, doesn't it? We are just not doing well. Another good tackle there from Van Drongelen. Plays it out for... Who's that? I can't quite see. Can the boob get onto this? No. It was Gonzalez out there, I think, before they had the ball, wasn't it? It was Walter. That's why it threw me off. Because for some reason the game puts his name as Walter and not Gonzalez. Oh, who's that? Is that Lima off? Well, he got his suspension, didn't he? Now, the question is that 2 games? And then, of course, is that actually even going to matter? Because the way we've played this game, we're not going to score too many in the second leg, are we? So at this point, it just becomes an exercise in hanging on. We might take Paddy Roberts off. Again, the reason that we take him off and not the strikers is the strikers have a defensive responsibility that the playmaker in behind just doesn't have. We're playing as a defensive central midfielder. We might just have to look to go back to control now. Stay on feet, stay disciplined, stick to positions. Yeah, we might take off, exploit the flanks as well. Just let them play how they see fit. At this point, it does look as though a 0-0 is what we want, doesn't it? We just have not had a good game. I mean, the obvious thing that comes down to is, as a team talk, isn't it? Can we get that clear, please? Oh, we got off to right at the start. We looked like it was going to go so well, and it really hasn't, has it? We've had the goals dry up a little bit, haven't we? We only had one goal last episode, and this is not looking good. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Let's not let them score for the end here. Let's just take a 0-0, lick our wounds. I didn't think I underestimated the opponent here, but obviously I have. So that's not the best. We were second best. Look at that possession. So I think I think I'm going to go aggressive. That wasn't good enough. And off we go. All right, so there it is. Arsenal also got a 0-0, also down to 10 men, though they were down to 10 men for a lot longer than we were. But yeah, wait right there. Let's see. Does he just get a one-game ban? He does. Well, you won't issue him warning. Just let him get away with it. We slam the team as we should have. But anyway, wait right there. We'll be right back for Chelsea Carabao Cup Final at Wembley. Just before we get to the Carabao Cup Final, we did get our new youth intake. So just a couple here to have a look at. You can see we've got Vic Everett, an attacking midfielder. Looks quite good, doesn't he, with 18 determination as well. This is my pride and joy right here. Look at this. 15-year-old Australian striker. Look at those stats already. Dribbling 13, finishing 10, first touch 11, pace and acceleration. Wonderful stuff. Then we have a goalkeeper here, Jake Nightingale. You can see for a 15-year-old, not too bad either. And you can see here the potential of some of these players is really, really wonderful. Then we have Aidan Lenton, 16-year-old English centre-back. Looks quite decent as well. Then we go to another centre-back. I think this was a centre-back. No, a striker. And look at this guy as well. Finishing 16 as a 16-year-old pace. I mean, he almost looks good enough for maybe League One already, doesn't he? What a quality player he could be for us if we do indeed stay. And then Robbie Davidson, another pride and joy. Look at this, a midfielder, an Australian 15-year-old, already has the passing, some vision, good determination as well, leadership. Look at those, look at the nines there already. Could be Miller Jedinak 2.0, just not quite the physical jumping reach and all the rest of it. But anyway, that's our youth intake. If we are going to stay, and as I said, I do like to name these guys after you. So if we are going to stay here and you do want to have one of these guys named after you, like Callum Mosley, like Zelo, like Josh Crampton, make sure you either leave me a comment, send me a tweet at Aussie Villain, and we'll look at getting one of these guys named after you as soon as possible. And just quickly as well, I forgot to show the Premier League table last time. Look at this, 27 games played, 73 points. We are well clear, aren't we? 25 points clear. Is that 25? No, 15. Well done, Aussie Villain. 15 points clear. With 11 games to go. City, they could drop that into 12 points, but as I said in the last game, we're going to win the league. It's becoming predictable, which is why I think I do agree with Gareth, and that maybe we need to, if not leave the club, I think maybe do something like have the director of football take over contract renewals and transfers. But anyway, onwards to Wembley. Okay, here we go. Carabao Cup Final versus Chelsea. You can see we are the favourites, though history shows that they have beaten us more than we've beaten them, but we have improved a little bit recently, haven't we? So this is the team we're going with for the big final. It's Golini in goal, Vendrongal and Magnelli, Kone, Mings and Stemenkovic. That's all the same. Lima and Luis Felipe midfield. Once again, that's all the same. Dele Alli in behind. We've gone with a different two up top. We've gone with Jordan Cameron coming in for Gonzalez and Callum Mosley coming in for Wilson. We were toothless up front last game, so we've made a change, and hopefully these two will find the goals for us. Okay, so we can see Chelsea lining up as they usually do. It's nothing too surprising there. We're going to say do it for the fans. Let's go with a passionate do it for the fans. And then we'll go some calm, we have faith. You just wonder if during that Benfica game, maybe we were just a little bit too relaxed and just lacked a little bit on the passion side of things. All right, let's go. Oh, it's Wembley. It is a cup final, and it is obviously against Chelsea. So let's see how we do here. We want to try and get a positive start if we can. We want to see some goals, don't we, after last game? That was horrid. I'm hoping, if you remember last episode, we lost Cameron to some concussion. So he's played a game or two in the under-23s, he's just getting a bit of match sharpness back. So I'm hoping that this being his first game since that injury, he will come back in and sort of hit the ground running. That's a good ball for Stemenkovic in behind. Can he get across? And we know Cameron is a beast in the air. There comes the cross. There goes Cameron! Oh, just over the bar. Or did it actually hit the bar? Let's encourage them. That was a decent enough start. Certainly some encouraging signs, wasn't there? And Callum Mosley's just gone off the boil a little bit. I've had a word to him. He had a really poor game against, it might have been Spurs. It might have been Arsenal, I think, the FA Cup game. He missed quite a few chances. So I'm hoping that he'll bounce back here as well. Cup final, he's looking nervous though. Maybe this isn't the best game for him. Felipe with a corner knocks it in for Kone. It's going to come back to us. No, it's not. It's cleared off the line. Oh, come on, boys. All right, let's give them a demand more here, because you can see match ratings aren't fantastic. We haven't had that much of the ball. It's looking a little bit like the Benfica game again, isn't it? We're just not quite there. I'm wondering if we look to exploit the flanks maybe in the second half. That might work, but yeah, we just aren't in this game once again. This is not a great episode, is it? 4 goals. I really apologise for that. We'll give it maybe a calm. We're not pleased. That seems to have worked. I don't want to put too much pressure on them by yelling at them again. Everybody's got a reaction. I just wonder if we go into team tactics here, exploit the flanks a little bit more, and just see if that can get a reaction here for us. We do have players on the bench, of course. Gonzalez is on the bench. Paddy Roberts is on the bench. He hasn't been at his best, though, Patrick Roberts, so that's why Ali's in the team. We could always drop Ali back into box-to-box, get rid of either Lima or now Dele Alli's looking nervous. All right, let's just give it an encourage. Lima's on a booking. Can he get 2 red cards in an episode? That would be a truly good achievement, wouldn't it? All right, let's take pause here, because this isn't working. What can we do is the question. All right, let's bring Paddy Roberts on for Lima. We'll switch Lima and Ali around. We'll put Dele Alli. It's box-to-box too aggressive. It might prove that way, but you only live once, don't you? So let's go dribble more and more risky passes. We won't tell him to get further forward, though, because we don't want to get overrun in midfield. If we go back into these tactics now, I wonder if we go at a higher tempo, maybe mixed passing, but maybe look to retain possession, because we're not holding onto the ball, and we might just look for more mixed crosses if we have the big target man in Jordan Cameron up top. So tell Paddy Roberts there's more to come from him. We know there is. He's a wonderful player on his day. He just hasn't quite been there for us. More the games that have been off channel than on. So let's give them a no pressure here, because we are beginning to look like a pressure is getting to us a little bit. All right, can we get something here? A shot on goal for a highlight would be nice. Roberts in for Jordan Cameron. To Felipe, look at Stemenkovic lurking. Going for Ali, Dele Alli. We've got space out here. Why aren't we exploiting those flanks? Oh, come on, boys. Our fullbacks or wingbacks are in so much space, and now they're in behind. This is not good. Oh, Golini has saved us there. Oh, that was poor. We had so much space for our fullbacks with the explicit instruction to get the ball out to them. All right, we need to defend this corner now. The ball comes in. It's a header. Golini's there. Plucks it from the air. We still can't give him another shout. Look at the nerves. Everybody just needs to relax. Can we give them an encourage? I cannot understand why we're looking so nervous. We are the best team in the league by a much. They're looking nervous as well. Maybe it's just cup final nerves getting to both teams, but we should not be looking so nervous. Is this going to extra time? It looks as though it could be. We just have not. I mean, we have created. We can see there that both teams have created roughly the same, but we have not held on to the ball. All right, we've got to try and get over these nerves. Let's give it some passion. Don't let this slip away. Roberts is looking like someone like Patrick Roberts, England international, should not be looking so nervous. Cameron's looking motivated. He hasn't been great, so we'll tell him he hasn't been great. In terms of a change, I mean, it's attacking-wise, it's Joyce or it's Gonzalez. Let's give this a little bit of time here. If someone's coming off, it's going to have to be Mosley, isn't it? Because he just hasn't impacted the game. But I don't want to take Mosley off because he's been banging the goals in for us. They're still playing their same formation. If we can just... All right, let's try taking it off retained possession, keeping the mixed passing though, and maybe just playing at a higher tempo. I think we're going to have to take Mosley off at the break here. We're going to have to start putting an eye towards penalties as well, aren't we? Because Mosley's looking motivated now. Dele Alli's the one, isn't he? That's just... Same with Van Drongelen, Golini, like the guys you wouldn't expect. Anyway, body language-wise, or mentally, or however you want to interpret that, it is starting to come back to us a little bit. But look at this possession. We've been absolutely horrible. So if we go back into tactics, I'm going to have to take Mosley off. So we'll play Gonzalez as his usual attacking forward. We'll keep Cameron there. We'll keep a sub up our sleeves as well. If it's going to go to penalties, I kind of wish I had the Boob on the bench now because he has shown himself to be a quite wonderful penalty taker. All right, come on, boys. Let's keep the concentration. It seems as though we're just picking these big games right now to be absolutely woeful. And you could see by the results... Oh, what is Cameron doing? You could see by the results that we were doing fine, really, in between games, episodes, I should say. But for whatever reason... All right, let's just pause here. Let's just take an eye over the penalties. Just see if there's someone on the bench that should be on the field. We've already taken Lima off. Taken Mosley off. The next one down is Raul Rodriguez, and he's nothing special, though we could bring him on for Kone. But again, there's nothing really different there, is there? Mings is not a good penalty taker. I mean, Crampton's, again, not that much better. If we're getting down to that level of penalty, they're going to be taking them right at the end anyway. Let's go back to pitch. Oh, this is going to go to penalties, isn't it? Give it one more push forward, boys. Come on. Oh, it's gone to penalties. Okay, so these are the heroes. Ali, Roberts, Cameron, Felipe, and Stemenkovic. Hopefully, it'll be done and dusted by then, but if not, we have Gonzalez, Magnanelli, and so on. We're going to need Golini to get a few saves here, but first of all, come on, Dele Alli. Get us off to a start. Go on. Oh, I thought he put it wide, but that's a good start. All right, Hazard against Golini. Come on. No Golini. No Golini. What's going to happen? He stands over it. He hits it. Oh, it's a good penalty. It's almost the same spot on the net as Dele Alli's, wasn't it? All right. Oh, we're doing the AB... was it ABBA? Whatever they call it. ABBA. All right. Giovanni Simeone. That's what's his name's son, isn't it? Oh, Golini should have dug that out. That's one we should have saved. All right, Paddy Roberts. Come on, Paddy. Oh, we need this. Oh, you wonder if the keeper should have saved that one as well. All right, so it's Jordan Cameron now, the big Aussie. Come on, son. Oh, the nerves. Cameron! Oh, down the middle. Faked out the keeper nicely, so now we've got 2 Chelsea penalties. If we can save one of these, then we'll have Stemenkovic to win, won't we? Is Stemenkovic? No, he's 5th, isn't it? Golini! Big save from the big man. Okay, now who's up for them now? It's Lindelof. So if he doesn't score this, we win, right? I think we've scored 3. Go on. Oof, bit of a late reaction on the dive there. Now, we should have 2 kicks to win this, shouldn't we? So it's Luis Felipe. This will win it for us. Come on, son. The little Brazilian. Midfield maestro. Go! Now, Chelsea will have 1 left, will they? So Stemenkovic can win it here for us. Sorry, I got a little bit prematurely excited. Hopefully that won't come back to bite me. But Stemenkovic can step up to win it. He's been absolutely wonderful for us down the wings, working tirelessly. What can the German do? Now, apparently Germans don't miss penalties. Oh, but this one does. What a save that was. So, we need Golini to do it for us again. Otherwise, it's sudden death penalties. And I don't know if we keep this ABBA thing going for sudden death. It's going to be Kante, it looks like. Hopefully, true to his name, he Kante. All right, come on, Golini. He's done it for us once. Can he do it again? The trophy rides this penalty. Oh, it's terrible. Golini! We've done it the hard way, but that is trophy number 4 of 7, 3 to go. We've got the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League to go. Oh, that was hard work. It wasn't a classic by any means. That means no goals this episode. I am so sorry, guys. No goals, but 1 trophy. I guess that works out, doesn't it? We're not pleased from what we saw there. That was not particularly good. Stemenkovic was fine. We'll just fix up these team talks here. Well done. And yeah, now I've confused him. Magnanelli, we'll just again give him a well done. He was fine, wasn't he? He was fine. Well, there it is. Aston Villa lift the Carabao Cup. We didn't necessarily deserve it. We've gone through an episode with no goals, and as I say, guys, sincere apologies about that. That wasn't great, but we did get a trophy, so that is something. We'll be back next episode. We just saw Chelsea. Do we want to see them again? Probably not, do we? We'll show the Chelsea game, won't we? Because let's face it, what are the chances of 2 0-0s in a row, other than the fact we've just had 2 0-0s in a row? So next episode, it'll be Chelsea at home in the league. It'll be the second leg of the Champions League against Benfica with qualification. It's riding on the line there, isn't it? A very thin line, because a goal for Benfica, and then things aren't looking quite so good for us. So thank you very much for watching. I've been Aussie Villain. If you've enjoyed that, a thumbs up. If for trophy, if not for goals. Although, there were goals. Penalties count as goals, don't they? So there was a few. And if you're new, subscribe. Thank you to everyone who's been subscribing as well. 262 subscribers at last check, so that's mind-blowingly thank you. But as I said, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you very much for watching, and here are our best goals. We did score some for February. Take care.